Well, hello. I decided this week I would make a video because every week I share with you what's on my heart through words, and I wanted to say a special personal hello to you. If you've been around for a number of years, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that you continue to be here and engage in the work of becoming more of ourselves. And if you're new here, welcome and hi. I am also so grateful that you're on the journey of becoming a person who is taking up more space in the world and thereby giving other women, people around you, permission to do the same. We all need that permission. So I wanted to share with you something that's near and dear to my heart, which is how do I avoid making a right or a wrong decision? Let me reaffirm, and those of you who know me have heard me say this, there is no right or wrong, it's a made-up construct. Here is the construct that I use that I think is more helpful than right or wrong. It's this. Step one, we make a decision, right? We become willing to make a decision. Step two, we experience an outcome. Some might say that's a consequence. Well, a consequence doesn't have to be a negative thing, right? A consequence is simply something happens in response to something else. So we experience an outcome. And then step three, we pivot. Based on the outcome that we experience, we decide, do I want more or less of this? And we pivot accordingly to get more or less. So let's review that one more time. We're becoming willing to make a decision. We are experiencing the outcome of that decision. And by the way, there needs to be no judgment of the outcome. It's just an outcome. It either aligns or it doesn't. It either works for me or it doesn't. It's either like, whoa, not doing that again. Cool. Now I know what I would do differently in the future. And then three, which I just alluded to, the pivot. I get to change course to get either more or less of the very thing that I just tried. So we can take the pressure off ourselves. You can take the pressure off yourself trying to make the right decision. It doesn't even exist. It's not helpful to anything. That being said, you need to be courageous enough. Courage is a learnable, teachable skill of which vulnerability is the primary foundational skill, right? There are actually 4 skills that make up courage, and vulnerability is the first. And the rest can't exist without vulnerability. Let's review. Courage comes from the French cœur, meaning heart, right? Having the heart to do something, try something, fail at something, simply move forward. And then vulnerability's definition is risk, uncertainty, and emotional exposure. So having the willingness to try something, right? Make a decision and then experience what happens. And you don't have to fall into the mindset of, oh my gosh, I should never have done that. Well, who says? Didn't you make the best decision you could with what you had in the moment? Doesn't should just shame you as opposed to you're supposed to try. You're supposed to inherently then feel uncomfortable. You're supposed to mess up, if that's even really a thing. You're supposed to then take that information and make it work in your life to create more of what it is that you want. So remember that inherent to making a decision is risk, uncertainty, and emotional exposure. And just because you feel uncomfortable doesn't mean there's anything wrong. You just feel uncomfortable. So, how might this support you right now? What decision are you avoiding making that this construct could help you start to take some action. Shoot me a message, respond to this email, right? And let me know how this helps you so you can start making decisions quicker. What happens is in any one of these 3 points, we get stuck. We make a decision and then we just freeze because we can't believe we made the decision. We experience the outcome and go, oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. Why did I do that? And then we freeze. Or we pivot, but then we forget to make another decision. So our ability to move through all 3 of these phases relatively quickly without forcing anything, because sometimes we need to take our time between each one to really assess what comes next. But our ability to move through these and not make any one of them have too much meaning is often in equal measure to the amount of success and meaning that we experience in our lives. So I am so grateful for you. I can't wait to hear how this helps you. And I also want to give a shout out to the Full of Herself membership. This is the place that we are learning how to do this in real time. We are learning how to take up space and practice being uncomfortable and then realizing, oh, it's not so bad. And we're doing that through journaling and intimate sharing and bringing in guest speakers who teach us how to burlesque it up or teach us how to breathe in a way that we never have so that we can listen to our body's responses, right? Our body always tells us so much more quickly than our thoughts ever will. So it's a really special place. It's $97 a month. You get front row access to me and you get your first class for free. So come and try us, come and decide what it feels like. If it's for you, woo, we're going to welcome you with open arms. If it doesn't feel like it's for you, you made a decision, you experienced an outcome, and then you decided to pivot in another direction. And we'll welcome you with open arms as you decide to do that as well. So, cheering you on. And if nobody's told you today, you're a miracle. Please go easy on yourself. Please go easy. Take a breath, put on a good song, clean up what you can. If there's something you need to say sorry for, go and do it right now if you can. And I just want to remind you that you're special and your life is a miracle and that you are worthy of taking up space. Yes, you are, my friend. Mwah!